Hi there, Anke Herman, back again for a Sunday afternoon spontaneous Facebook Live. Haven't done this in a while. Yeah, you might have seen that I've had my parents to visit, and so yeah, and this time I'm in my car to change the scenery for once. Today I want to talk about how our worst moments and biggest challenges tend to provide us with the lessons that we really need to learn. And sometimes we might ask ourselves, why on earth do you have to teach me this way? I would have understood it in a gentler way, but apparently not. And sometimes it's difficult to even see the lesson in something until a lot later. I must have, every time I've looked for a lesson in a tough time, in a difficult situation, when I look for the lesson, I always find it. Sooner or later, I find it. And sometimes it's really obvious. And so to illustrate, and the thing that actually triggered this, or, inspired this video, and was this situation, my travel situation, and being in the car illustrates it quite nicely. You may know or may not that 2 years ago I moved from the center of Granada to a village about 45 minutes drive outside of Granada. So with a lot of clients in Granada, I now no longer have a space where I can, receive people and have fittings and stuff. So I've been the traveling tailor, basically, and it's not really, hasn't really been working all that well. And the thing is, the point I'm trying to make, as long as something is sort of okay, we just get on with it, and we put up with stuff that really isn't all that great, but it's just not bad enough yet to do something about it. And I really noticed that with my traveling, because it does take an awful lot of time to, and it made for some really, really long days. So I'd be getting up really early in the morning, I'd do my sewing, and then in the afternoon, when, a normal person would say, okay, I've done my work for today, that's when I jump into the car and drive down to Granada and do fittings and deliver dresses and take measurements and basically attend to clients. And so after a while, I thought, this is really tiring. I need to find another solution, because it's also that kind of things like, if you have just one client, it's not, like, you can't justify the trip that takes away at least 3 hours and $10 of petrol to go just to see one client who may be wanting some simple skirt or something. So that's just it. You can't justify that. So what I used to do is actually combine 2, 3, sometimes 4 clients, and then time management becomes a real issue, because you never know exactly how long an appointment takes. So whatever you kind of take longer in one, you arrive late at the next one. So the last one, they'll never know when on earth the damn dressmaker shows up. So that wasn't an ideal solution, but it was sort of, bearable and was okay. And then I started trying out renting a room in Granada, like say one night a week. So that seemed to work really well in the beginning, but over time, hi Marguerite, over time, less people showed up and more would go, I can't make that day, can't you come tomorrow? And so if I rent the room, then basically that means I'm missing 2 days of 2 days of sewing, and basically when people don't show up, I just sit there kind of bored. I can take the computer and do some work there, but I really fall behind with the sewing work. So recently, that's, the number of people that actually showed up during that day I was there was sort of dropping considerably. So I was like, not doing that again. But it was still that kind of like, okay, it's not perfect, but it's bearable, until I started the project that I've just delivered. And that was like one of those pain in the butt, you know. It's like, oh, now I'm not here. I'm at my mum's place and there's no parking and, you know, one more fitting than usual. And I was like, oh, I'm getting fed up with this. This is like, for God's sake, and I was probably using something more drastic. And so I'm not traveling anymore. I'm sick of it. It's like I've got plenty of orders that don't require me to go to Granada. And I have these people waiting, you know, just so that I can attend to the Granada Divas. And I'm like, I'm just not doing it anymore. And it was really that one pain in the butt thing, project, client. I mean, she's really sweet, but, you know, very, oh, and now this and now that, and everything's a drama. And, you know, coming out with the due date, with the performance date fairly late, you know, there are a few things in there, sort of blacklist kind of stuff. And it was really the one project that set me over the edge. And I kind of tend to need that, you know, something that really like, okay, you've pushed me over the edge now. I'm just not going to travel anymore. Like whoever wants to work with me, Lanjarón, Granada is just as far as Granada, Lanjarón. So, you know, you're free to come and see me there. And other than that, I'm going to provide better service and quicker service to my clients who live elsewhere, who don't care anywhere where I'm sitting. And so it was really apparently that kick in the butt, you know, that's just no longer bearable, that I'm sitting here on a Sunday afternoon, that I had to come to Granada to deliver dress on a Sunday. And I thought I wasn't going to do that again. And in this case, I said, I'm going to do it so I can get you off my back, that I can finish this project and take it off. And so in hindsight, it's funny, I'm actually feeling grateful to the client. You know, I think, oh, actually, it's funny. I should actually be upset, but I actually really feel grateful because you've pushed me over the edge to actually do something that I should have done or should have been a lot more strict about, you know, a long time ago. And so it's sometimes, and I mean, if I look back, that same thing has happened with, you know, with the demanding clients to start with, that whole thing of saying no that I was talking about the other day. Same thing, you know, as long as it's okay, we're cruising along, we're putting up with a lot of crap. And there comes a point when it's just too much, when we're really down in the dumps and it's like, this isn't working. And that's then the catalyst for change. So in hindsight, you know, it's usually the start of something a lot better. So that makes me want to look at a challenging project or whatever other challenge that may be. If I look at it as a catalyst for change, as a start of something way better, then it's a lot easier to handle and it doesn't weigh me down. And as long as, and it allows me to think clearer, which then helps me find solutions a lot quicker and a lot better solutions as well. So look at the challenges in your life and in your business and see where the lessons is. And if you want to share something, I think we'll all be more than happy to cheer you on and to be there for you. And I wish you a lovely rest of the Sunday and see you soon. Bye for now.